That's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Brian Koberger. But I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well, and they have that, and hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I never got an email back yet. Wow. The things that I found out today. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you guys coming by. I've been sleuthing, deep diving all day long. I was going through a lot of resources to find out what I found out today, right? I kind of want to get into it real quick. You know what I mean, who's this? Who is this woman, right? Who is this woman that we have on the screen? It's just something that I want to ask everybody, who is this woman that we have here on the screen? Who is it, right? I need a blunt, says Mimi. What's going on, Mimi? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you guys coming by. Mimi, Doozy, Maldy Mama, Delana, DC. I knew Kim was a fraud. Looked her daughter up on Instagram. She didn't even go to WSU at the time. Well, what if I told you WSU Kim was a complete catfish and has similar name to the person who actually is from WSU, right? I just tested my theory about 12 times. So I took a bunch of my friends' emails and put them in just on somewhere that I do my research. And it kept tying back to somebody that doesn't even tie to the WSU Kim. I found the WSU Kim, but this ain't the WSU Kim. It's nasty work being done out here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to put an end to it. I got the redacted email. Yes, I have the redacted email from Kim also ready to pull up on screen. So if you're just coming in, make sure I need you guys to hit that like button as we did. That's not all we're going to talk about on this stream. I just wanted to dive into it because I'm sick of the bullshit being spread, right? It comes a point where there's so much bullshit. Even the information that is inside of this email is so much bullshit, right? And you're going to see. You're going to see for yourself today. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share it. Share it on social media. Let's get revved up, man. I'm pissed off because it's crazy that people even entertain this without doing extensive research behind it. And the fact that I even have to come out and do this, it is what it is. It is what it is. The truth will set the victims free. Shout out to Truth and Justice. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you. Susu, what's going on? Detective Puff Puff in the building. Shout out to you. Chris Dohaney, what's going on, my brother? How you doing, my man? Hopefully you're having a great day. What is true? Damn, that's a liar. Valdi Mama, I appreciate you. You know I love you. Allegedly LB, hey, all 2 days in a row, I've been able to catch a live. Thank you. I appreciate you coming by to catch the live. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Definitely spicy time. We're getting into this work. WSU Ken. Right? We're getting to it. Yeah, catfish. I was deep diving all day long to work just to go. I had to take the email and use my resources that I paid for to find out, because this person don't. I got to give credit. You are smart. I got to give credit. You're smart, but not smart enough to outsmart me. I promise you that. You're smart, and you really are. You got some guts in you. I got to give it to you, Kim. You got some damn guts in you. But you didn't now. I see why you're so mouthy and loud now for everything, and why you're all over these pages. This is the type of shit that catfish people do. It's nasty work. It's super nasty. Like I said, we're going to get into that redacted email. I'm going to pull it up in a second. We're going to get to the redacted email. The email is going to be pulled up on screen, and it will be read here today. I don't care if I got to full screen it. Always thought she was highly suspect and took what she said with a grain of salt. Yeah, I don't blame you, because after we read what we're about to read, you're going to see why you took it with a grain of salt. I've been looking forward to this, Wild Cherry. I appreciate you coming by. Julie, thank you. I appreciate you coming by. Doozy, you also, far day, thank you. Gypsy, I see you. Mouthy Mama again. Dippity Doo. Mama Stormy, laugh my ass off. Hell, no, not this bitch. T. Mimi's right. We're gonna need a blunt. All right, so let's just get down to the information, because I don't want to make you guys wait any longer. And shout out to the people showing love. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Rep Game family. Thank you. I appreciate you. CKI, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hollis, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's jump into this email real quick. Right there's Nancy. Say what's up to Nancy. Let's pull the redacted email up on screen. The redacted email coming full up on screen right now. All right, let's jump into this redacted email. Yeah. Let's jump into it. Okay? Thank you, Lollipop. I appreciate you. It says, hi, I consider myself an intelligent person with a good instinct. I believe I could trust you not to share the following. I cannot and will not provide receipts. Let me remove my logo off the screen. Hold up. Let me remove my logo off the screen. Hi, I consider myself an intelligent person with a good instinct. I believe I could trust you not to share the following, and I cannot and will not provide receipts. They are not mine to share. They are the family's. I have shared them with DT, which is, we know who that is, and Lana, we know who that is. They have fully vetted me before I was made dark on social media. I'm the WSU mom, Kim, the one that was on the Drunk Turkeys. Hones, I had actually reached out to you first, but your line was busy, and I think I connected at one point, but I'm not a tech person. I'm not sure what happened. Now, let's get over here, because this shit is small. Says, I'm not sure what happened. Let me hold up. Damn thing in front of my screen. Connected at one point. I'm not sure what happened. When I discovered that the parents with relevant information, when I discovered that other parents with relevant information were struggling to confirm info had been received by law enforcement or were waiting for calls back or for callbacks or whatever, however you want to say it, I started calling the schools. What is it? What does he say? That's when? What? I started calling the schools. That's when I discovered the other parents with relevant information were struggling to confirm info had been received by law enforcement or were waiting for calls back. I started calling the schools, the governors, the FBI in Virginia, and when the president the FBI in Virginia, and when the president's secretary at UI told me to call everyone, every day, I did. She also told me about YouTube and sleuthing, so I did that too. Olivia, what'd she say? Olivia with Steve's blessing did that piece. I find out anything I tell Olivia, she decides if I tell Steve. I promised him through Olivia until it's solved, I will do it every day. I won't let this go cold. It's so small. Hold up. I'm about to blow this joint up. Let's get straight into it, because we gotta dig in deep. Okay, so bless it. Okay, I find out anything I tell Olivia. She decides if she tells Steve. I promised him through Olivia until it's solved. I will do it every day. I won't let this go cold. Now she said it could have been my daughter. Her name blank, which I blocked out. I redacted it. I'm trusting you to never tell anyone that my number is blank, which I redacted it. I'm happy to scream everything I know to be true. Because Jack D and Adam's alibi used my daughter's home and lied. My daughter has eyes on her 24/7. She's a senior. She is graduating with Jasmine Xana's sister, a young girl who are what? A young girl who are what? The young girl who are in my home every day. What? Every day in high school was one of Kaylee's best friends. I am not the family, nor do I know them. I am a parent at a sister school who is terrified and heartbroken, and 6 more kids are dead since the 4. I believe you have a social responsibility to the community by way of your platform to consider that law enforcement, the landlord, the Jacks, the college, attorney general are all involved. It says your platform is yours alone. Your panel I find to be less than effective in only wanting to be correct. Spinning the wheel is boring. People will lose interest. This case will go cold. I find myself in a place that is terrifying. My other 2 have transferred, my bad, I said transfer. Listen to me. My other 2 have transferred. My daughter will be out. My daughter will be out of there next week. My conscious heart will not allow me to set aside. Please, I beg you to ask the viewers not to talk of the extent of the injuries. I did not sleep for 2 months. In fact, I went to my doctor. It was awful. It's better now. But I know Kaylee's mom doesn't know, or Maddie's family. My daughter, blank, is friends with Xana's sister. They walk together next week. Xana was pregnant, which will come out. I hope because 5 people died. What'd she say? I hope because 5 people died. Let's get to it. I hope because 5 people died. Let me get down here. No, Xana's sisters listen. What? This is all over the place. She said, I hope because 5 people died. I don't know, or Maddie, all right, Xana's sister listens. I know Kaylee's sister does, and Ethan's 1.5 siblings listen too. Sigma Chi and PHI are involved. My daughter received the call at 10 a.m. that morning when I said I did. What? When I said I did, when I say they did what? No, Xana's sisters listen. All right, it's to protect her. She said it's to protect her and to warn people to be careful. I am not looking for notoriety. I have a full life. I am blessed with 7 amazing, educated, successful children. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. I just want to let them know, the audience that is coming in, there's a big trigger warning coming up right now. I'm sure you see it. You might have already read it. I can't wait to never look at the true crime again. Although now I feel I ignore and look away when we can help. I have refused to be gagged. Or I think she meant Ellie. Ellie can fuck off. They are dirty and deep. I'm going to yell from every mountain till they are all in prison. So you are aware the information I provided to the FBI is in evidence with my name attached, and some family members have reached out. Kaylee's mom did not see Kaylee, only her dad. She was unrecognizable and her heart was stolen. Jasmine does not know Xana's hand was cut off and her fingers on the other hand were stolen, which is why the media kept asking about bagging the hands. And law enforcement said, Sam wrote reply. Maddie was beheaded but for a vein, and Ethan was knocked out with a wrench and woke up, which is why he was killed. Originally, the guys shaking them down that he saw knocked him out, the killers were different guys, and he woke up, so they tortured him, then let him die. What person needs to know that? But it's your platform. You called me a whatever, so here's your whatever. Drunk Turkey has your receipts, and I will take your call privately. A Detective John. I actually thought Daniel was Detective John, and that's why I contacted them after you. He and Lana and Olivia have been protective. I trust them. I text them when I learn something and they make it their own. I'm not a troll and do not want to be known. I want justice and safety. I'm furious with you, but I respect you. And I redacted the number at the end, and it says Kim at the bottom. So there is your redacted email that you guys been asking for, ladies and gentlemen. There is your redacted email of complete fucking bullshit. Sorry. Had to put it out there. There is your redacted email. David says, thank you, bro. Sorry, we had to dive into it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sick of the bullshit. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like this is disgusting work. This is nasty, right? This is nasty. Saying stuff like this is disgusting. Is this a trigger warning? Absolutely. Absolutely is. This right here is definitely a trigger warning. Look at that. Jasmine does not know Xana's hand was cut. Like, who says this about the victims? And you live, first of all, you allegedly live in WSU. Like, why is this being emailed out to people? You're saying that all these people are involved. Ethan was knocked out with a wrench. Kaylee's heart was stolen. Xana's hand was cut. Like, this is, and this is what people believe? Are we serious? This email made me sick. I'm sorry, guys. This email made me sick. Very sick. Finally, the fraud is confirmed, says Sybil. This email makes me sick. And this is what everybody is running with and wonders why me and Detective John, she told me to send this email to Detective John. I did. We got the response. Said no sound. I knew Kim was a fraud. Free Wallah Harris. My man's bugging. I appreciate the two, man. Thank you. I want to see what you guys are saying. Maybe, and if you guys want to call in, I want to hear from you. 219-885-9693. The phone lines are open. And like I said, I know I got her Facebook and I know who she is. Corpus Christi, Texas. I know where you're at, Mrs. Texas. So to take, it's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy shit. Call in. I want to hear from you. 704, you're in the door. What's going on?
Hey, I was just calling. Yeah, that email was really, it was a lot to take in. But, you know, I really do appreciate you putting the truth out there, because there was a lot of people, you know, putting her on a platform and letting her speak and spread these lies. And I think that's so disrespectful to families. It is beyond disrespectful. And there's so many people who are basically, you know, out there doing the same thing. You know, people might disagree with me, but truth and transparency, putting her on a platform is just as bad. There's a woman on Twitter. I think you've heard of her. Her name's Jane. Have you heard of her?
I don't think so.
She is just as, it's not as bad as Kim. She has been going into this conspiracy about how the Jacks are involved and how the roommates are involved and the drugs are involved, and she's just as wacky as it. And I really hope that these families are able to take, you know, legal action against them, because this is sick. They don't deserve this at all. It's complete disrespectful. And it makes me hurt. It makes me hurt for them. It was the same thing with, you know, when people were bringing up Brett, disrespecting him and his family, and taking another tragedy to another one. And I think people really need to get a grip on reality and stop with the conspiracies, you know. I really think that, you know, there's a lot of things that we don't understand about the case, but that's no reason to go and make up lies and spread them on a platform on social media. And I really do respect you for telling the truth and getting that out there for people, because they need to know that. So I mean,
this right here is what all the other creators are seeing. So for the fact that, and you want to know what I did? I took her email and I went and did searches on her email, and it comes back to a woman in Corpus Christi, what is it, Corpus Christi, Texas, or something like that. Between that and San Antonio, that's who it comes back to.
Oh, so it comes back to somebody in Texas?
From when I took the email and I ran it 12 different times with 12 different people just to make sure that I wasn't slipping up or making some type of mistake. It can't. All right, so when I search all these people's emails, their Facebook come right up, right?
Right.
I took this email and put it into Facebook, and what came up? This person's name. And guess what? It's pretty much identical to the WSU Kim. So it's pretty much taking somebody else's identity and being them, allegedly.
That's insanity right there. To go and try to take someone's identity and then to make up something like, I just can't even imagine that. That's so sick, man.
Yeah, it's nasty, and that's why I said this. When I seen this email, I couldn't, like, that night I couldn't sleep. I was sick in my stomach. I'm like, I hit up Detective John. I sent it to him. I'm like, man, what is this? You know, like this email is crazy. Like, she's saying things only the killers would know. Like, or killer, I say killers. Only the killer would know, or only, I mean, whoever, right? Only inside people would know this information. Correct?
Right. And that I just can't get over that. Just to the, you know, when you went over the pre-trigger warning and all that descriptive stuff that she mentioned, you have to be a sick person to come up with something like that. And I just can't even imagine that. You have got to be the most sick individual to do that. I can't even imagine that.
Man, it's I don't know. I had to redact it. You know, Detective John talked me into redacting this and putting it out. And you know what? Like, I had to decide to do it because people are still bringing her up just to try to get clicks, this, that, and the third. And this email needs to be seen by the community. It's nasty work. It doesn't even, like, to say that certain things were taken from these victims on the crime scene. So you talk to the coroner, you know what I mean? You talk to the prosecution, the defense, you know these certain details, like what's going on. You know all the details about each victim. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, there's definitely not. And that's the other thing is that I've seen so many people on social media. They claim to have all this inside information. I've probably noted like 6 people. But that they're not as bad as her, but they still claim to have inside information about stuff that they clearly don't have inside information about. And in addition to that, they basically are someone that they're not saying who they are. They're completely, their name isn't even real, right? Everything about them is false. And I don't know if it's new or if it's just because of, I don't know what's causing it, but I'm starting to see an uptick in it. And that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. And I really want you know legal action taken against these people, because if we just keep allowing them to do that, someone's gonna get hurt. You can't just keep doing this and allow it. To me, it's criminal. It's disrespectful.
Well, I appreciate
that's the way I see it.
I appreciate you calling up. Thank you for calling up and sharing your thoughts. I'm gonna get some more calls and see what people think. I thank you. I appreciate you.
No worries. Have a good one.
God bless you. Happy Friday, by the way.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Shut up, man. Anybody want to call in 219-885-9693? I want to hear from you. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on this? Like, I mean, I wasn't playing. I told you I was going to redact it and put it out. Shout out to her for calling in. You know what I mean? Shout out to her for calling in. I appreciate you calling in. I do. Let me see. I'll put this at the top. There you are right there. 219-885-9693. Make sure you call in. I want to hear from you. I'm going to keep reading through these comments too. Nasty work. That email is disgusting. She's drinking some shady ass looking shit. What? No class piece of dude. No humanity is schizo. She needs to be admitted. Dang. 903, you're on with me. What's going on?
What's up, T-REV?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm just chilling here, trying to stay out of this heat. Hey, dude. there's a show that comes down from San Antonio that's covering this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awful close to Corpus. It's not within 60 miles.
What, Corpus Christi?
Yes.
Yeah, this is like I said, man, I made sure I did my due diligence and checked through all these different emails, and it kept tying back to this one Facebook. And I'm not even showing that Facebook, but it's tying back to that one Facebook. And if you want to put it, I mean, this is the face we came up with.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you, dude, and I'll tell you straight up who the fuck it is. I don't give a damn. The Drunk Tucker show is from Helotes, is right there in San Antonio. That's where they come from.
Oh, I've already heard that. I've heard that before.
You know.
I've heard that before.
And you know, dude, you know, I'm from East Texas. I'm a Texas boy, but I'm gonna call it just like I see it. And that don't add up.
Man, it's
one bit to me.
Yeah, I'll look directly at let me go to the Facebook again. I'm not gonna pull it up on main screen. I mean, I could, but it's gonna show first and last. And hold up, let me go to it real quick. Like I do, I copy and paste the email right into Facebook, like I did the other 12 emails that I did before. Every one was consistent with the person it matched up with. Not only that, I ran it through reputable websites like Been Verified and other ones.
Right.
I ran it through reputable websites and came up. This was my research. This is what I came up with. So hold up, boom. I'm gonna go again. Yep, same person over and over again at the top of the list. The only person that shows, and this person happens to be widowed, lives in Corpus Christi, Texas, from San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah.
From San Antonio, Texas, this person is.
Yeah. Well, dude, like I said, man, you know I'm gonna shoot straight with you. Yeah, I went off on those theories and stuff a little bit because we didn't know exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're getting a general idea.
Mm-hmm.
And for some lowlife to pull this kind of bullshit all the way down here, all the way down from South Texas, not knowing a damn thing about what's going on way up there in Idaho.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
You know, that's bullshit, and that's low of them.
Man, this made me have to do it. I know Detective John talked me into redacting this email. He's been telling me to do this for a while because he hits me up and he says, "Man, you know, all these different people are having Kim on their show, and we already debunked her." So you know what? I was like, you know what? Today I spent all day. You can ask anyone in Discord. I've been deep diving all day. I hit up a bunch of really close friends of mine and was using their email. They sent me their email, and everything kept tying back to their Facebooks. I used my email for mine. Then I used a couple more of my buddies, and everything added up, and it brings me to this person's Facebook. Now, they have the thing is they actually have the same name as the person. So there is a Kim in WSU, and you can verify that this Kim has the daughter's names. And so it's not hard to go through and find these people's names on Facebook and to play. It's nasty work.
Right.
It's nasty
I
work.
Couldn't do it. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I give you all the credit in the world. You know, I give you all the credit in the world. I'm in your Discord finally after I had to have a little help. But anyways, that's just pretty low. And you know who this is calling.
Yeah, Pat.
You know. Yeah, it's Pat Gordon, and I'm in Palestine, Texas. And if any one of them son of a bitches got a problem with it, they can bring their ass up here, and I'll teach them the East Texas way.
My man Pat.
You know, I don't give a damn. If they're putting on a front like this, they some sorry motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you right now.
And for people to say, and I've been hearing the feedback. People have been saying I doxed Kim. I didn't dox Kim. I've yet to give you a last name yet. I haven't even gave you a last name.
Yeah.
Don't.
I put it out there.
Oh,
Hey,
yes,
brother,
you
I
can.
put it out there. I'm not scared of no motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
The funny thing is
Yeah.
I still haven't given a last name. All the phone
Yeah.
numbers in here redacted. All the first and last names in here redacted.
I hear you. I hear
I
you.
show
You do what you got to do, brother. But I'm just telling them. It's Pat Gordon, Gordon. I live in Palestine, Texas. If they want the fucking address, I'll give it to them. They can bring it on. But I guarantee you one damn thing. They come up here messing with me, they're going to leave in a fucking body bag.
Oh, I'm a man, Pat.
Because
Gordon.
I don't play that bullshit. And I don't agree with them, the families having to listen to this crap. You know, a bunch of made up bullshit. Enough is enough.
Right. Yeah, I should
You know,
report her for this. I definitely am. 100%. 100% sending it over.
Yeah. Well,
100%.
you know, matter of fact, I might even go on there myself and tell him what I think, and tell them who my name is, and I'll give them my damn address. And if they got a problem with it, they can come deal with it.
Dude, it's wild, man. It's wild, and the fact that this stuff right here was stuff that was on what's it called, 4chan and all different types of stuff. That's all this packed information. To say that the victim's heart was cut out, fingers.
And that was not enough time. Hey, dude, that was not enough time for that. He was there, what, 16 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
he was
that.
there 16 minutes, dude. There is no way in hell that he could have inflicted that kind of injuries and pulled out vital organs out of individuals. There is no damn way.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know, I don't care, man. I've cleaned many a deer, you know, and there's no way that could have happened.
And Pat, let's be honest. This email that I have on the screen right here, right now, this is the same thing all the other people are getting.
Well, it's
you know
a
what I'm
lie.
saying? But I'm saying no. These people are getting this, and nobody's questioning what's put in here. They're vetting this. Is what I'm saying? They're vetting this.
It's a lie.
I'll tell you what. If this is real, and a family member reaches out to me and tells me to take this shit down, like a family member of the victim, I will definitely take it down. If you see this video is gone, it'll be because a victim's family member asked me to take it down. Now, I promise you this is bullshit.
All respect to you, brother, man. My prayers and my hearts go out to those families.
Absolutely.
This was very uncalled for. You know, I would give anything to have 10 minutes with that son of a bitch. I would give 10 minutes alone in his cell with that son of a bitch. Because I know he did it. You know, the DNA is there. And I'd make him pay.
Oh wow, that's interesting, Tartan Mystic. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't know any of that. But like I said, this Facebook page is tied to a woman with damn near the same exact last name, everything to the Kim WSU, and the Google account was changed to match up the name of this person, and it's that. Like I said, I've been deep diving all morning since I woke up, and I've been sick to my stomach. I was on the phone with Detective John for about 3 hours, and we were digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. And man, this is just it hit me with like a gut punch, but really, it's not, and it did the first time I seen this email. It made me sick to my stomach. But the fact that Detective John was able to debunk her live. And then right after that, people are still taking her up as if it's real. This email that she's sending out to all of us creators, this email is just, come on now.
Well, it's a farce, dude. It's a farce. And the families of these victims need to go after this bitch.
Well, they can get the like I said, the email is available for all families. They can have it.
Yeah, yeah. You need to pass it on to them if they want to see it. I mean, I've got kids, you know, and if something like this was happening to one of my kids,
Thank you,
the
Paul.
dude wouldn't be alive today. I promise you that. I'd get to him somehow, one way or another.
I mean, the fact that this was put as this is facts about what happened to these 4 innocent victims that lost their lives. The fact that you're hitting up creators and these people are actually entertaining it. And I apologize for even that. I want to sincerely apologize to the families for even taking her up on here and talk. I don't know. I wanted, but I had to let Detective John dig into her because
you had to do it. You had to do it, and Detective John's right. Detective John is right 100%. The families, you know, bless their hearts, they need to know about this because there's some legal issues involved here. And I cannot believe, man, it boils my damn blood that this is coming from all the way from Texas. This ain't the way Texas people work.
Yeah, this is.
You know, if that would have happened here in Texas, we'd be warming up the frying pan for hit Koberger's ass. I can guarantee you that.
Man.
You know, for about 10 years, we'd be warming that pan up to make sure it's got good and hot. And then we'd place his ass on it.
Well, man, Pat, I appreciate you calling up and sharing your thoughts and opinions with us, man. Thank you, brother. Yeah. I'll take some more phone calls. I don't want to make this the whole topic of the live, but I do want to. I want to hear what people's thoughts are on this because people have been listening to this woman for the last couple months and all the things that she's spewing, and this is what she's claiming as facts. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is what she's claiming as facts.
Well, she's a lying bitch. I'll just leave it at that, brother. She's a lying bitch.
It's very sad that this is getting put out and people are actually running with this and using it, saying, going on lives and saying other things happen. There's more people involved. The jacks, the this, that, and the third. They've been drugged to the mud way far enough. Like the DNA says, what did it say? Like 5.7 octillion times. Like okay, yeah. let you know what I mean?
I can't even fathom, man. Dude, I went to school in Elkhart, Texas, man. I was lucky to get out of math. But, dude, if they get in contact with you, I tell you what, you tell them, Pat Gordon, Palestine, Texas, 75801. You got my email address and stuff. Give it to them. Let them get in touch with me.
Yes, sir.
I'll handle it for you. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Pat. God bless you, brother. Thank you for calling in.
You too, brother.
I'll talk to you soon. Shout out to Pat. I appreciate Pat calling in. Shout out to him. 219-885-9693. The phone number is at the top of your screen. If you want to call in. I want to hear from you. 219-885-9693. 540. What's going on?
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there, brother.
Cheers, man, to you guys, man, for doing what you do, man. Yeah, man. I mean, is violence the answer to all the things that people do and say? I mean, Texas or not, what about the Patsy in the JFK, assassination? Think of that. That happened in Dallas.
Uh-huh.
I mean, shit will go down excuse me for cussing.
No, you're good.
Stuff happens anywhere, man. And, all this virtue and stuff like this. Have you ever thought of, the way the mainstream media is kind of at odds with all of the content creators like you fellas? Have you ever thought that, it could be like a paid, troll from, the news media people? They have lots of money to put out this kind of rhetoric to, make you look somewhere else or, appear to be unhinged or something like that. I mean, their ratings have dropped a whole lot. You look at these other cases. I followed that one out there in Tahoe with that Kylie Rodney, and it's kind of it's been going on for almost a year now, and nothing's really ever haven't found any conclusion to that other than the uncovering of a lot of speculation. And the first thing that would happen if anybody were to ever be arrested is your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. All this fellow has done is make a statement, I will be vindicated, and the prosecution is not giving up the grand jury indictments on behalf of the defense so they can establish a case. If you find anybody find themselves in trouble, you wish to not show your hand. I mean, this isn't like a slap on the wrist type thing. Dude's been harshly accused of a very serious, heinous thing. He's probably isolated by himself in a jail, and if gets convicted, he could receive the death penalty. Right. I mean, dude's fighting for his life. People are innocent until proven guilty. It seems like, some DNA evidence found. Look, man, cops are legally allowed to lie to you to get you to falsely confess. Right. You ever heard of Mutt and Jeff? I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think, man? I mean, okay.
Very good points, and you know what? A lot of people were saying that in Discord earlier too. Not exactly about the JFK or anything like that, but what you were just saying, that people were hinting at stuff like that earlier when I was reading in the chat.
Dig it. Cool, man. Have a blessed day, man, and take it easy. I appreciate what you're doing, man. It's interesting. I mean, you listen to regular mainstream news, it's just weak. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to chime in with your open lines and be able to leave comments is it's good to get other people's opinion, but that's basically what it is, in opinions,
Absolutely, and that's why.
And dig it, man. Well, have a blessed day. Thanks for hearing me. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Man. Watching that.
I appreciate you, brother, for calling up and sharing your voice with us, man. God bless you, and thank you for being a voice in the community, my brother.
Good deal, man. Thanks.
God bless. Shout out to him, man. What a wonderful call. 219-885-9692. Make sure you call in. And back to the email on the screen from Kim WSU, allegedly. Right. Yeah, we're getting down to it. 412, what's going on? You live.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Leia from Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay. 412. 412 in the middle.
That's right. Hey, what's going on, guys? So, listen, I just got to say it, like, creators are creating people to contact other creators to create freaking stories all around some old retarded bullshit ratings or likes or hits or fuck that. Excuse my language. I know. I'm sorry. I know we're online, but
you're good.
Like, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? There are victims. Like, nobody ever seems to have no compassion for these victims.
Right.
You really gonna send an email out like that and pretend to be another woman? Like, I've been listening to this bitch for months on months, off and on. Here she pops up here, there, just everywhere, convincing people that people are chopped up, parts stolen, fingers removed. Like, what are you doing? Let's say it were true.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you tell other creators and create this whole ass lie? Just like that other lie with the old Dylan said something different. But you put this boyfriend on that sound just like a certain creator. Excuse me, like fucking Drunk Turkey. And that's just bullshit. Like, if you can't vet or look through or pay attention to anything, just remember there are victims out here. There are real people that actually and factually died. It's not a pretend. It's not a ghost story. We're not watching Scooby fucking Doo. We're watching real people. We want to know the facts. I want to hear a lawyer tell me some facts. And so I understand, as a person of the public, I may not be on the jury, but I am the jury, because he's going to sit in front of his peers. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This fuckhead is from right in my state. I want to know, did his sister set him up? Did somebody set him up? Did they not set him up? Is he really the killer? I want to know this. I don't want to pretend like, oh, I'm watching Law and Order, Third Crime. I want to know for a fact. And for somebody to put out a lie, disrespect everybody, it's ridiculous. Channels like that need to be shut down.
And I see people in chat saying this could have been sent to other YouTubers. It clearly says on here that it was sent to other YouTubers. And that's the reason why I'm, kind of showing this right now, because, I mean, if you take this and you continually keep bringing this chick up on all these different shows, and nobody, I feel like this should be shut down and debunked by the community. This is disgusting.
That's just pure foulness. Like, it really, really is. I don't even believe in doxing people or anything like that. But, like, this is just foul. This is like when they first put that stupid recording out, the other people, what his name, I forget his name, Joe somebody, put it out and just spun it out. Like, that's just as bad as Justin. Like, this is just, like, people are getting beyond themselves. Okay, we don't have any news. Okay. So we just wait. That's what we do. That's what we have to be patient, and we have to wait for the rest of the news. Find out what they're saying and let us really know the truth. Let's not be sitting back remembering dumbass stories that don't even exist while we listen to the facts and get the facts all mixed up behind some lies that some creator created into creation. Like, come on with this creativity. Fuck that. Like, Ooh, I'm passionate, but I'm just saying, this mess is just ridiculous. It's just all, and it's all for what? I mean, how many are you going to make millions off of it? I mean, what is this? Why do we have to pay attention to the lies to get to the truth? We already have a problem waiting for the prosecution to slap out all of the evidence. We're waiting for all of the lawyers to really get their heads together so we can see them in court. And we got to listen to WSU Kim. That ain't WSU Kim. That is WSU Kim.
Right.
Lies, spread, insanity. Like, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, it would take you way longer than some freaking 9 minutes to get it done. But that's how long it took. Mm-hmm. This is stab wounds. Yes, some of them fought back. Some of them halfway woke up and fought back. Okay, so let's hear it. Let's see it. Let's really know the news. But don't be telling people somebody's heart stolen, somebody's finger stolen. This is some drug stuff. What?
I don't know. I mean, the same people that are talking shit in chat right now be the same people on other channels listening to her. So I mean, and I've seen some of the same people that are saying, "Oh, why give her more time?" But why not redact it and call the bullshit out and put it to bed? So when you see other people entertaining her ass, now you can look foolish now. Because I told y'all, I've been screaming this shit. But the fact that I have to come out and show people that what I said on my community post over a month ago about being sick to my stomach about the details that only a killer or, victims' families or somebody would only know is inside of here. And she's claiming it to be facts and being put on the front line for 300,000, 400,000 viewers to see. And to think that you're crazy as hell. I'll put it out. I redacted the
Yeah.
personal information and I put it out. Simple as that.
Period.
And I'm gonna shut the shit down.
Yeah, because she needs to be shut down because people are taking her too seriously now.
Exactly.
Like,
And that's the
and,
problem.
and I remember I heard her one day and I was just listening. And I was like, wait a minute. You sound insane. Why do you sound like that? What is all of this? It's like the behavioral analysts, they always talk about how people create stories on creating stories on top of creating stories without going to the fact and the point until after they've created 5 stories as to how they got the. No, these are lies. Anybody can see it if they've been paying attention. You should hit, like I can't even watch people anymore. I can't even watch other people. I'd be like, okay, well, let me look around, see what I can see. No. Oh, you know what? No, I can't hear it. I can only hear the lawyers and you and maybe live live. Other than that, I can't because it's just too many obese, ridiculous, disrespectful, dishonorable lies all day long. Like it's like you're taking the Idaho 4 as a joke. And they're not a joke. They're 4 aspiring college students that were about to graduate, and they're all beautiful, and we should all be looking at them. Steve Gonzalez, he did a wonderful job of making sure that nobody forgot them families, and I have yet to forget those families. And for somebody to say all that and it's all a lie, and you are coming from Corpus Christi, fucking Texas, shut all the way feloniously up. Seriously, it's foul. It's absolutely it stinks.
Yeah,
It's funky. I don't like funky behavior. It's nasty. It's just nasty.
like
That's
I
what
said,
that
some
is.
of the same people I see in the chat saying, "Oh, it shouldn't be show this, that, and the third." Y'all be watching the same shows that entertain the bullshit and run with it and talk about they got a source, which clearly this is it. And I know, and they bring her up and they have her come up on these shows. I mean, she was just on one yesterday. So I mean,
Yeah.
she's on shows almost every week. So I mean,
Yeah.
for the fact that people want to keep
Yeah.
entertaining this bullshit, I mean, I got a show what's been sent over to me, and we done been debunked it over here.
Man, who you telling? That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I only like to talk about the facts. I like to get into understanding what happens with these victims, see what's really going on. I don't like to be disclouded and shown some felonious BS for me to go spinning down into a hopeless hole of snakes rather than really know the facts and understand what's going on when we're watching these creators, when we're listening to them. It's as bad as the news. Like the reason why we have the creators has to do with the fact that mainstream media was not giving us the facts. Then you come over here to see if you can find some facts, and everybody's got some bullshit ass story, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not fair to the public. Period. I don't even get it. For what? You can try another. If you can't get any more information on this case, move forward and get on another case. There's somebody dying every day. Every day. You don't have to disrespect the family. You just don't. You don't have to dishonor them. Like, people need to get their morals back together again, really, really badly, because it's getting funky and it's definitely some foulness to it. That's all I can say.
Like I said, I ain't gonna focus my energy on this. I just had to, people. It's been needed to be put out. People told me over and over. Detective John said the redacted. Multiple people said the redacted. And you know what? For the fact of the disgusting things that people been saying, oh, well, T-REV doxed her. I never doxed her. I didn't put her number out. I didn't put her name out.
No.
I didn't put her email out. The only thing y'all guys know is Kim WSU. That's it. You don't know anything else. You don't even know what Facebook page I found.
Right.
But to put a face with it, there's your face. To put a face with it, there's your face.
Yeah. Period. And that's just insanity. All of this, like, I guess that's why I'm so deep into the case, because I can't wait till the facts come out. I want to know the facts. I want to, like, if he's innocent, we're going to know irregardless. We don't need it. Like, do people not understand? We are all watching the same thing, and we're going to get the same news, and we're going to understand the same thing at the end of the day. So we're going to know if he's innocent or guilty. Now, yes, for me, he's leaning guilty. But you can change my mind. He can change my mind. There's no need for all this extra BS. Like, you don't need this BS to create him to be innocent. If he were innocent, we'll go for it. Hell, I thought Amber Heard was all the way right until I saw the case and was like, oh my gosh, she's a lying hussy. But see, that's how you figure things out. You don't need nobody's extra story. You gonna find out. You gonna know. You don't need no extra BS to just cloud up your thought pattern. And it's just not fair. That's all I'm saying. I know this is gonna be the one time that we get it all off our chest. But I've been watching this and I've been feeling like this is just so freaking unfair. Like, why do that? Why do the families and the victims so evilly when we're all gonna know at the end anyway? You're just gonna make a bigger fool of yourself when they come to court. I don't want to be a fool, public fool. You look like a damn fool.
Ain't no doubt.
And I ain't gonna be nobody's fool. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna watch the whole case. And I'm gonna leave my mind open. It can be changed. So if you got the right facts, but it has to be the right facts, not the W. Kim whatever from Texas facts. That's all. That ain't facts.
Somebody says she keeps changing her name. I know she changed her name after that interview live with Detective John. I know.
I bet she did.
She did.
I bet she
changed her whole name.
It's insanity. It's just so much insanity. And the other creators that are influenced by it, they're digging down into this wormhole of such obese insanity. It's just you just like, you want to laugh at them, but then you got to remember they are human too, and they have just been fooled, and they need to get their facts straight too, so there can be some more better understanding than what the hell we got for real. It's I don't know how they do it. I don't know how some people live with themselves. That's all I can say. I don't know how they do it. But, money's a beast. I tell you that much. Okay, but I just wanted to say those facts because I'm sick of it. I'm really getting tired of it because I'm really loving these victims and I really want to see them get their justice. I don't want to see them get nothing else. I don't want them to see them have to face off and argue with people whether they was drug heads or not. I mean, I wish I could do as many drugs as they got them on and graduate from college. I really wish I could, but I know I couldn't. But hey, it's okay though.
I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts again and being a voice in the community. Thank you. Shout out to you, bro. High Priestess in the building.
Absolutely. Thank you.
God bless you.
Later.
I'll talk to you later. Shout out to you. Lock your doors. You know what's up. Shout out to the Pittsburgh family, man. 219-885-9693. What's going on? Baby, oh my God. Yeah, I seen, what was it, JoJo or somebody like that? If you want to send in an email, 303, what's going on? You're live.
Hey, Rev, this is Sunflower Soul. I called a couple weeks ago. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. How about yourself? I'm
all right, thank you. I'm so glad that you're having this chat today and letting people get it out. And like I said in the comments, I know what people are saying, don't give it any more attention, but I think it's right that you're doing it in a controlled space and at a time, because if you don't and give it a week, another version of her is going to come up.
Well, it's
going to keep going.
Sunshine, is they say don't give it no attention, but yet hundreds of thousands of you are sending me emails saying, look at what Kim's saying here. Look at what she's saying here. And then in Discord, look at what she's saying here. Then on Instagram DMs, look at what she's saying here. And then Twitter, look at what she's saying here. Then I'm tagged in it. Then I'm tagged in these lives. Look at what she's saying here. So it's like, they give it no more attention, but yet hundreds of thousands of people are giving it attention from TikTok all the way to YouTube. So it's like,
I agree.
Nobody thought at one moment to say, maybe I should do some, investigative work into who the fuck is this woman.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Because when you read something,
I agree.
When you read something like this at a standpoint of where the case is at right now, it just makes you roll your eyes, in my opinion.
Nope, I totally agree with you, and you're right. It's like nobody's stopping it. People are speaking to it, and then they're getting attacked on other channels, but it's still going. So it's time, like that the truth is what it is. And this started, in my opinion, I'm about to go for some creators, and I don't care. I know they're crazy, but that is what it is, right? This started way back. I mean, first it was the cops and pain, and then it became, the schools want money, and then the FBI is involved. I mean, this cover-up is probably, according to some YouTube creators, not naming any names, but y'all know who I'm talking about, this is like the biggest cover-up in U.S. history that involves more agencies from, all across the country. And people are buying it. They're running with it. And I'm thinking, this is beyond the point of, all right, I'm going to put out some theories and question everything. We're in the point of insanity and complete disrespect. The case and the victims have been lost. And all Steve keeps saying is he wants his daughter and those 4 to be remembered. And these creators, all they're doing is putting the focus on that person, whether he did it or not, whether you believe it or not. I've never seen, I mean, for God's sakes, this guy has more people behind him than I've ever seen before. And to me, it's just evil.
Yeah.
And I remember back when, Justin came on and the whole live went, and a certain creator was like, oh, I didn't believe any of that. Bullshit. I watched it live. You, hook, line, and sinker, bought everything that he said and got so excited and jumped up and said, oh, I knew this, I knew that, I knew this. And then everything started with Dylan. And these are people's lives, for God's sakes. I can't anymore. It's just absolutely insane. And now, I don't know. It's just something to me that is pure evil working for evil. And I don't care how many clicks it gets you. You have signed a damn deal with the devil. And to me, I can't imagine what in the world is worth it, in my opinion.
I just don't understand how we could continue to even show somebody, this much, and I mean, like, everybody is hitting me up with this story. Oh, she's saying this on here now, and she's saying this here now, and it's like they want me to stop talking about it, but I'm here to put an end to it today. And from this day forward, I don't care if shows pull her up after this. Oh well, I will never speak of her name ever again. This is the last time. This is the last time I will ever speak on it. I brought it to light, so everybody that seen this live here today and seen this redacted email, this is the last time I will ever speak on this situation when it comes to this right here.
I know, I agree with you, and I am so glad you're doing it. And if we really look back and pay attention from the beginning, it started with Justin when that got debunked, and then people were like, oh, I never believed it to begin with. And by people, I mean the person who created these people. Then all of a sudden Kim came. Then all of a sudden Dave came. So there's just going to be another one. And let's just speak to this one because it's the same 2 channels that are creating these people. And I agree with the callers before. The creators are creating them. I don't think they're just crazy people. I think the creators are, because if you think about it, if they really believe what they were saying, let's just assume that they're batshit crazy, right? If I knew some inside information, I'm calling the news, because who's going to pick up this story quicker? The news. Any reporter who knows that somebody knows more is going to want to jump on that so quickly. But no news stations are jumping on all of that. Who is? These 2 YouTube creators. So they're bottom feeders. They're creating them. And I didn't believe it from the beginning. Like, I called a couple weeks ago and I said the second she was talking about calling Quantico, like she's on Criminal freaking Minds. And, it's just, I can't wrap my head around it. They are creating them. If these people had inside information, they would find reporters who are local who would pick up on it in a heartbeat because, they want the big stories. Oh, wait, this person knows it. They're not picking up on it because they do vet. And their vetting is not a phone call log that, I'm sorry, I could call right now the FBI. Not Quantico, because that's where they train, but that's a whole other story, you idiots. But in my opinion, it's just out of control. And even with the DNA coming out, the sheath, it boggles my mind, because if you read the PCA, which, no offense or anything, I don't care if you sit on your channel and read through the PCA, you're a moron. Payne was not the first detective on the scene. When he got there, what?
Was it Nunes or Gunderson that was the first on the scene?
I want to say Gunderson. I'm not 1,000%, but I'm 85. But like I said, I don't want to put a fact out there, and I think it was Gunderson. Payne wrote the affidavit, and he says in it that he walks in and discovered the sheets. And this is something so stupid, but if you're not an idiot, it makes so much sense, and yet it's been spun to he saw it from the doorway. Oh, well, the new docs came out and it was under Maddie and the blanket. How did he see it? No. He was giving a perspective, because if you're looking from the doorway, the right side, God forgive me and bless her soul, of Maddie is going to be her actual physical left side. So he's giving the directional perspective. It's noticed from the doorway, it is her right side, meaning not the actual, because, if you look at somebody, the right side to you is going to be their actual left side.
Right.
But we've taken that and people are running with it. Like, I thought you couldn't see the sheet. How'd you see that from the doorway? And how'd you see it from here? No, that's not what he said. First of all, he wasn't the first one on the scene. When he says, I discovered, it was simply when he came into the scene. And when he says where the sheath is, he's saying in relation to the doorway. So if you look at the bed and the victims, it is on this side of her in relation to the doorway. It's such a small statement that people have taken and spun it to be, how the hell could he see it from the doorway? And I'm sitting here thinking, how did that one small statement get misread and turned into a social media phenomenon? I can't wrap my head around it. And it's the same thing with Brent. Like, everybody's saying he left town because Brent, God rest his soul, or whatever's going on with Brent, I don't know. But bringing him into this, and everybody saying he left because he got killed. Okay, listen to the stop that they had in Indiana, which was on, I think, the 15th. Yes, the 15th. They had left the 13th. If you actually listen to the audio, they say they just heard that morning. Mm-hmm. He left before the incident happened with the veteran. They heard about it that morning. Both of them said on the 15th, we just heard about it. They had been gone on the 13th. And it's just these small things that make a huge difference, because you can't say he left because of this when that occurred when he was stopped in Indiana. And you can't say that Payne, how did they miss the sheath? No. Payne wrote the affidavit. He wasn't the detective, the officer who arrived first on the scene. It's common sense, and it's also just people, I don't know. I'm sorry, I just keep going on a rant, but like, these two channels, I've had it, and the fact that it's working it's scaring the shit out of me. And when I saw Christy Gonzalez, oh God bless her. When I saw her come on the Drunk Turkey show, my first thought was, oh my gosh, part of the evil that created this, they have sucked her in to use them to correct problems they created. That's some next level evil, in my opinion. Like, how are you going to bring the mother on to correct a timeline when you've been 95, I'm going to say 50%, the other channel, the other 50% of all the miscommunication and the false information? How are you going to do that and sleep at night, in my opinion? I couldn't.
Very good point.
Sorry, I just went on a long-ass rant, but I've been holding it in for so long, and when I saw Christy go on, I was like, you have taken this way too far. You are the problem, and now you're going to bring her on like you're her savior? Get the I can't. I'm sorry.
Christy seemed really upset in that clip. ATS News says, I have a valid question. So for the 38% of this panel that believe BK is not guilty, what do you think that is it because of Kim? Let's be very honest there. I'm one of the 58% believe 100 he is GAF. Huh.
I mean, I personally, DNA doesn't lie. And at the same time, do I know the whole story? Can I sit here and say that I could put him on, in front of the firing squad tomorrow? Hell no. I don't know the whole story. But I know that what's being told to us by YouTube is not any part of the story. If it doesn't come from law enforcement, Chief Fry said it from the beginning, and it's the same thing in Delphi. If it doesn't come from law enforcement,
It's not true.
don't believe it. And yet here we are, creators creating, and on my opinion, on behalf of a deal with the devil, and the facts are in the PCA, the facts are in the paperwork, and if you want to spin something as simple as from the doorway and spin it into all these videos, you know what, that's a problem, and it's, YouTube is not news, and it's gone to a level I can't agree with.
Nope, we get on here to talk about everything, to talk about the case. I mean, we don't know the next turn from the next. We just follow what documents come out. We cover certain things, but there's not much really coming out on this. Besides, I mean, what was the last? Yesterday, I'll tell you exactly what the last was. New docs, Brian Kohlberger hearing, he is granted his motion to shorten time for the compel motion. So I seen that motion to compel, etc. I mean, those were the documents that dropped yesterday.
And people are thinking, oh, the state's doing this, and the defense is doing that. Have you? Like I said, this is not Criminal Minds. This is not Law and Order. This is a chess game between two lawyers. I mean, that's what lawyers do. It's going to go back and forth and back and forth. And to assume that we know what the motivation is on either side, that's just crazy. Sometimes it's just the game. And to report it as though it's fact is, are you working with the state? Are you working with the defense team? I don't know why they're doing. I understand and I read the documents, but I'm not going to pretend that I know exactly the motivation and think it's some hidden thing. I don't know. I mean, every courtroom is a chess game between lawyers. So the things that are happening are not as uncommon as people think. And I don't know. I'm just every day it's something, and I can't watch these channels, and I just want to thank you. I know that you're not attacking channels, and I respect that. I will do it for you. But
I have said some things, but it's just for the fact of like entertaining this shit like this, the email like this, the fact that broader audiences are entertaining shit like this being sent in. Like, are you that we're talking about details that are claimed to be facts in here, like a hand being taken and a heart being taken and Ethan getting hit with a wrench. Like, we're talking about specific details into a case of a quadruple homicide. That is crazy.
Come on. In specific details, and how disgusting and disrespectful. I mean, we all saw Steven Gonzalez how many times, and his attorney saying, we don't know anything about this and how sad it is. Who the hell are you to come on here and try to bring out these horrific pieces of information and act as though they're fact? And then Daniel want to say, and Lana want to sit here and say, I vetted them. Get the hell out of my face. And I don't care. Let's say you did vet this and it was completely 1000% true. How dare you put that out there? I mean, it's not true, so I understand what you're doing. But who are you? These are families here that don't even know what happened. That's their children. It's gone to a level that I knew this case would change things, but I never knew it would show truly the evil side of YouTube and social media in general. And it is, in my opinion, pure evil. And I don't know. You vetted this person. Daniel got the same letter, right? And then brings her mom on. How do you sleep at night? Sorry. I'm feeling some type of way, obviously.
Now, I don't know for certain what all these other creators have gotten from her email wise, but I mean, it clearly states that, I shared that with the Drunk Turkey show and Lana in here. It clearly, says that I shared that with you guys and trust you with it. Like, you shared details into the quadruple homicide and saying that there's a lot of people involved, and you're putting that and saying that you shared through Olivia at Steve's approval. Like, I mean, there's some things that you're putting in here saying that, through Olivia, Steve's approval, etc. Shit like that is just, mad crazy. And the fact that
no, it's absolutely crazy.
the fact that people are running with that is just wild. The fact that you think that that's happening, you think that this is happening. No. And the fact that I took her email, and like I said, I took 12 different emails and put them in Facebook, and it all came up to the exact owners of the Facebook. And guess what? The email that she sent this from, this came back to somebody that just lives in Corpus, Texas, or
Isn't that convenient?
Corpus Christi, Texas, and
Texas,
I
where
won't
other
say
creators are who
I
keep
won't-
getting this inside info.
I won't say any, like, I'll tell you what I found. What I was baffled. I was
No.
like, "Are you kidding me?" This the name matches the people that are there in WS. Like the people that she mentioned in there, like it matches, like the same last name. It ties back to that. You get what I'm saying?
And anybody can do that. You don't even have to be a hacker to go on there and find somebody. It's that simple. Like I can pick somebody right now who's got kids there, and that's just. And I do firmly believe these creators are creating them and getting them to do what they're doing, because the second one doesn't work, another pops up. And like if they were real sources, what?
No, I said it tied back to this person that I have on screen. That's what the email that got sent to me ties back to this person. I won't even say names, but
no, and I know, and I believe though that the creators are they're picking this bait up on purpose, and people have shown proven ties between the two channels, and people who have called in before. I mean, no, if you're going to take this and you're going to say you vetted it, you're the same person who's sitting here making videos about Shanann Watts and making fun of her. No, I'm not mentioning any names of channels, but y'all need to really consider your resources. This is not their first rodeo, and you want to jump on that. I understand if you don't think he's 100% guilty at this point. I do believe he's guilty, but I also acknowledge I don't know half, 1/3, 2/3 of the story. I don't know anything. So could there be more
trial? Period. Right?
He absolutely does. What I think does not matter. What matters is what we've seen before looks pretty in front of us has been pretty damning. But I still, like I said, could not put him before a firing squad. I don't know enough about anything, and I can appreciate that, but I'm also not going to jump and sit here and say that this is all planted and this is fake and this, that, and this, that, and the third, like you say, because you know what? I don't know that either. So it's time we need to pull back and start remembering these 4 people that were lost and respecting their families, and stop giving this guy, guilty or not guilty, this much attention, because he's not the one that matters. It's the victims and it's justice. And that's all that really matters.
Well, I appreciate you calling up and sharing your thoughts and opinions with us. God bless you. So you said
no,
Sunshine,
God bless you,
right?
Rev. Thank you. What?
You said Sunshine? That's your name, right?
Sunflower Soul.
Sunflower Soul.
Yeah, I'm in Discord. I haven't been in this week, but I'm in Discord because I've done Had It With YouTube this week. But I'm in Discord and in the chat. So I will see you there. And thank you for doing what you're doing, and I really respect it.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone in the Rev Gang. God bless you all.
God bless you, man. Thank you. Lock your doors. Stay safe this weekend. I'll hopefully hear from you.
You too. Sounds good. Take
care. You too. Shout out to her. Lock your doors. 219-885-9692. Let's hear from you. Phone lines open. I want to hear from you. 646, you're in the mix. What's going on?
Hey, T-REV, it's Hollis. How you doing?
Hey, Hollis. What's going on?
Listen, I just wanted to say, I believe there has been a lot of us that from the beginning when this case came to light were digging up as many facts as we could before the gag order. I know I was.
Uh-huh.
And I remember when you were looking at Kim's thing and you were really blown away by it, right?
Yeah.
And I basically knew, and I think you knew, she was full of shit. Because for me, it was the whole timeline thing where she messed up. Yeah. Because that is not how things went down and was being reported before the gag order with what little was being put out. Yeah, so as much as people might be offended that you're reading this email as one of your viewers, I'm glad to see everything that she put out there because it just validates to me she's a fucking dingbat.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm hearing you.
She's out of her fucking mind. And honestly, she should go work for the National Enquirer, but they probably don't have enough insurance to cover all the lawsuits to employ her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, if you have her real name and her real address or anything, and you feel comfortable DMing it to me, I would love to go knock on her door and ask for a comment.
Yeah, nah, I won't do none of that, but you know.
I know you won't.
I won't do.
But I think. Now, for the woman that you found that she was impersonating, does this woman know that she's, I guess, using her backstory as her, like impersonating her backstory?
I'll tell you what. Like I said, me and Detective John were on the phone for hours, and I'm talking. I'm digging in, right? I'm taking the email and I'm running it through a bunch of different shit, and then I take it. I also go to Facebook, and as soon as I hit it, I get this hit, and I hit it again, and I hit it again, and then that's when I pulled back in Discord and I was talking to you guys. I was like, talking about the emails, etc. And then I hit up some of my friends. I was like, man, what's your email? I want to try. I'm testing something out. Let me see. And then a bunch of my buddies started sending emails over to me. So I started running the emails. Every single one of their emails tied right back to their Facebook. And I was like, okay, so this is legit. So I put it back in again. Bam, the same person keeps coming up top. Same last name as the WSU Kim mom in Washington, etc. But different first name, and maybe the middle name is Kim, right? Because there is a K and there is a K in between the first. So I will say that. But it's like, yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Well, her first sentence gets me. I consider myself an intelligent person with a good instinct. I would have never put considered. And I wouldn't have even put an intelligent person with a good instinct. Like, she considers herself an intelligent person with a good instinct. Right there tells me a lot about, you know, her opinions on herself, and that she needs to validate it. And I find that kind of stupid. That's just me. I just find it really freaking super tacky. Regina said she'll go grab a tent and we'll tent on her front lawn. Regina and I are kind of rebels.
I mean, let's take back to when the little girl went missing in Tennessee and the mom got hit up by people on Facebook saying, I have your daughter, pay me 10 grand. I mean, there's all types of nasty stuff that goes on in this community. And it really, and it happens. It happens all the time when people go missing, and there's just people like this on the internet that do these weird things and insert themselves in cases and all different types of shit. You know, there's people that do it.
I get that, but with this being such literally an international case, and she puts this out there and then she runs to other panels, it's no wonder they want the gag order. It's people like her spreading all of the BS, like, why? Oh, there's a time gap. Oh my gosh, let's bash the survivors. Listen to what I know. Like, no, you don't do that. You just don't do that. You know what I mean? And then because you kind of pushed her off to the side and were like, wait a minute, I need to vet this woman out, she started hitting up other channels that just because you had her on there of what you had gotten and you weren't even reading the email, they jumped on it like flies on shit and ran with it.
She says in this, I was the first person she ever reached out to, and the only reason she reached out to Drunk Turkey is because she thought that was Detective John. She was wrong.
Exactly. Well, I knew you were her first one, but they just all, you know, she just went everywhere else she could possibly, you know. And you know this woman would not be able to talk like this. I mean, I just can't imagine that she can put this shit out there for everybody to believe and somebody in law enforcement not shut her ass down. you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think somebody would want to sue her eventually for everything she's been saying in here, because it's not fact and it's not the truth. Right now, she's riding on her little funness of putting this bullshit out there. But once the trial's over and the evidence has been presented, I see lawsuits being, you know, thrown at all these people. And I hope so.
Hey, look, the reason, like I said, after today, I'll never speak of her again. I left it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. People still entertain her, then you know what's going on. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, she's in the garbage can. Actually, she's in disposal, and hit the button, you know, and let her and pour that water and let her just crumble down your disposal forever. I wouldn't put her in my garbage because then she's gonna sit on the side of your house until they come pick it up.
Well, I'm saying clearly she says, you know, there's so many people involved, right? Clearly in this email she says that. So many different
people. And she's full of shit. And she's lying. There's nobody else involved. Do you think Ted Bundy took somebody to, like, enjoy in his kills? These people are fucking nuts. That's just all I have to say. And for harsh reality, and I'm going to call this out, y'all. I'm just going to call this out because I was pissed off. For him to mock Nancy G or whatever her name is, and that's what he said, for him not to know who Nancy Grace is, when she has been in true crime for like what? Since the late 90s, 95 or 96 was the first time she ever aired on court TV. For him not to know who she is and to kind of like say that about her, that made me angry because that told me right there, you know nothing about what you're really doing. Like, I just can't even. To not know Nancy Grace, to me, is literally a crime if you're in true crime. I'll just put it that way.
Good point, Soul Shine Sunday. She said you have a social responsibility. Gaslighting much? Good
exactly.
Point. Great point.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it. I mean, I know people don't have a moral compass on YouTube, and nor do they have to. But I have no problem reporting misinformation when I see it. And that's exactly what I do.
Same person.
Because I'm like Papa Sal. I'm mad and I'm sick of it. I feel like Pat G. I'm mad and I'm sick of it. You know, I'd rather stick to the facts and stick to everything else than have these douchebags coming in here and throwing a loop for a week or a half. You know, it just gets annoying to me. That's it. It seems very childish. I'll put it that way. There's no maturity in doing this kind of stuff. Zero maturity.
Like I said, I'm putting this out so people can see that why I was so sick and why I made the comments I made on my community post about being sick to my stomach and couldn't sleep that night and was just weirded out about it.
No wonder, because you didn't share any of this with us. You didn't want to.
How long has it been?
You not to. Oh my God, I don't know, months.
Till today.
Yeah, but I mean, it's been going on for months. We have not known the contents of this email. None of us have but you and I guess whoever she sent it to. So yeah, I'm glad we're finally being able to see this because enough time has gone by. We know the families have gotten it. So, you know, they know what she's written. But as viewers, I'm very appreciative to see this information finally. And I think you probably felt better now about putting it out at the time you have.
It's off my chest
because
now.
I know you were distraught after you saw that. That was obvious. Like you were seriously like messed up. Like you just were like, I can't even think anymore.
Yeah, I definitely didn't sleep that night. I went to bed at like 7 that morning after I seen this email. I'm like, it just made me sick to my stomach.
Right. And
like
exactly
especially claiming it's facts. You know what I mean? Claiming it's facts. I don't know. It hit me. My mind started thinking, and I'm like, I don't know. And then she told me to send it to Detective John. I sent it to him. I asked him what he thought. I was like, man, what do you think? What do you think about this? And he
said it was bullshit from the get-go.
And if he wants to speak on that, I'll let him speak on that. He'll tell you exactly what.
Right. Well, you take care. And hey, listen, I loved what you did yesterday, covering the Titan, the 5 minute on the Titan.
We still got
that
more.
Was a really. That was an amazing day yesterday, your whole live and that coverage. That was awesome, by the way. I just wanted to shout that out to you because I missed half of it. But then I went back and saw the whole thing.
Yeah, we still got
I slept
more.
in awfully long.
I got to cover more on that, actually. There's a lot more to cover on that Titan case. There's a lot of crazy.
Oh, do you know something I just read this morning? That the reason the son went was because it was Father's Day.
Yep.
And he didn't want to upset his dad. That broke my heart.
It's wild.
All right. Anyway,
that broke my heart.
I
posted in Discord this morning about that, like 2 a.m. I said, you know, the fact that he went out with his father on Father's Day, he really didn't even want to go, but he went with him and he passed away. Like, wow, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I didn't find that. I didn't read that till this morning on some other news channel, and I was just like, oh my God, my heart just fell. It's just awful. It's such a tragedy. But you did a great job on covering it yesterday. All your coverage, your tribute, absolutely class act.
Thank you.
Class act. All right, I'm gonna go so other people can call in, and Granny Marie, gas up the car.
Thank you, Hollis. I love you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, lock your doors.
God bless you. Shout out to Hollis. I appreciate her. 219-885-9693 to see your thoughts. Detective John, the Don Juan, what's going on?
What's up, brother? Sorry I had to dip for a little bit. I missed the intro. We're trying to catch up past 15 minutes.
What's going on, brother?
Well, for the record, everyone, I literally had to twist this man's arm to post this, but I feel like
you did. You were a big part of me putting this out. I'll tell you that much.
We have had to try other ways to debunk this lady by putting pressure on these other creators. And I was on a show last night, just fishing, looking around, seeing what they're saying. They're talking about her, and they're dissing us because we're talking about doing this, and they're actually accusing T-REV and me of an absolute lie, which was that we spewed out her information. We never have, never will. So that was a lie. There were some other lies that this little, whatever his name is, Dago or whatever the heck his name is. The show sucks, by the way. Sorry. But it's a total conspiracy show. It is absolutely insane to sit there and listen to this garbage that they're spewing. They hate law enforcement. He'll say he doesn't. He's back to blue. He's all this. He's all that. He hates law enforcement, and so do most of his followers. They hate the fact that they can't handle the fact that there's DNA on a sheath and it must be planted. You know how many cold cases are solved now because of DNA? Are we to say that all of those cold cases now, that DNA was planted 35, 40, 50 years ago that we're solving today? Give me a break. These people are sickening. They're making money. That guy got a $500, yes, I'm going to say it, a $500 donation last night from somebody. And then he poured this fake little cry on, oh, you don't have to do that. I was puking in my mouth. It was disgusting to watch. And to see some of our followers on that show, lost all respect. One lady that gets on here and jumps up and down and patronizes T-REV and me has gotten on here. She's from Louisiana. She gets on that show and threatens to kick our asses, basically, and she's this keyboard tough girl or whatever she is. It was disgusting. So, yes, we posted this, and it took an act of God for me to convince T-REV to do it. But it's the only thing that I think will shut this crazy woman down, because everything in here is ridiculous. This spawned the interview that I had with her where I broke her down. I even got her so tripped up that she was making up stuff as she was talking about about the plumber from the university. He was one of the killers, and he came in with a wrench and knocked Ethan out with the head, or knocked him out by hitting him in the head with a wrench that he carried at 4 o'clock in the morning to come there and help commit these homicides with BK. It was ridiculous. It was laughable. And these people have heard that interview. Some of them have even replayed it. And those guys that have replayed it, a lot of them were totally like, he nailed it. He shut her down. She's done. But then there are others that heard it that continue to enable this crazy woman with their platform, and they're getting money. Like I said, that Dago guy got a $500 donation last night. Could not believe it. Couldn't believe it.
You're saying with Kim on or what?
Dago. Someone.
No, I'm saying, are you talking about with Kim on or?
No, but it was talking about Kim and about us and everything else, and some fool gave him $500.
Hey, I mean, to each their own.
And then Hollis got on there and handed him his ass. Jeff got on there and handed him his ass, tactfully, I may say. And even Daniel from the Turkey Show, he was sitting there listening to their shit, and I could tell. I'm an expert in body language. He was like, give me a freaking break, people. It's unbelievable. He was trying to control his emotions, but I saw right through him. He knew. He was, and he sat there and had to patronize those fools. And I don't, I like that guy. I like the show. I think that they hopefully have learned a lesson, but to go on that show and patronize that guy for 2.5, 3 hours was ridiculous. I would never go on that show ever. They're a joke, and they should be shut the frig down. They're conspiracy theory nutbags. They hate the police. No matter what you guys believe or what they purport, they hate the police. That guy was actually saying, oh, well, I think maybe a golf club was broken, and he used a golf club to stab him to death. Oh, my God! Because the patterns were different on the wounds. Well, hey, here you go, genius. How about you take a freaking K-bar knife and you jab it into a cadaver at different angles, and you go up and down, and you twist it back and forth. You're not going to have the same damn puncture wounds. These people are idiots. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said they're idiots because they are absolute freaking idiots. Oh, my God! So I'm sorry, guys, that I ranted, but this had to be done, and this is debunked. Everyone out there, this stuff is false. And to the families out there, I know T-REV sent this to some of the family members. We are trying to fight for your children. And you know what? I'm getting choked up. But to have these idiots out here saying this garbage about these poor people is absolutely awful. It's awful. And they're lucky we live in America. Because I'm telling you right now, if I had my way, I'd shut them down. I'd take their houses. I'd take everything for posting this garbage that they post all the time. It's wrong.
What's up,
okay.
Jeff? What's up, Jeff? Yeah, now Detective John, like you said, redact the personal information and put it out. Right.
Hey, Jeff, I see you on here, buddy, and you did a good job last night. I don't expect to see you on those shows anymore, man. I'm not telling you can't go watch a movie somewhere else, like you referred to. But, man, have a little self-respect. Don't go to those damn freaking jobs, or those tool job shows. It's ridiculous. They're absolutely disgraceful people. They're bottom feeders. They disgust me. So
thanks, Detective.
I love y'all. Love everybody. And I know I come across as harsh, but, that's where I am at this point. But, through this whole time I've been on this show with T-REV, I've always tried to be tactful with people. And they actually implied that I'm nasty to people and all this stuff, and I never have been nasty to anyone. Even Kim, I was never nasty. The only time I got nasty was when we started addressing this garbage that we're addressing right now. And I made a blanketed statement that people were idiots for believing this. So that gets twisted around on me and T-REV and turned out, oh, wow, you can't go in there and have an opinion on that show. That is not true. In fact, T-REV and I were discussing today, we would like to have people potentially send in their theories in a Cliff Note version, of course, and then we could read it out loud, and him and I will talk about it, and we'll address it. We'll agree to disagree or what have you. That's the type of stuff that this show should be about, or any of these shows, not about entertaining these lies. Let's try and figure out what happened, why it happened, and, the mindset of the monster that did this. And I believe it's BK 100,000%. And the evidence is going to show that. We're going to have a picture, and hopefully we'll know a lot more than we know now. And yes, Jeff, you were the voice of reason, but you can't be reasonable with those people. They tried to eat you alive, but you did a good job, buddy. You ate them up pretty good, very tactfully and with a calm demeanor. So I applaud you for doing that last night. But you can't talk to mad people like that. They're nuts.
Yeah, man.
And I'll say this. I'll call out all these damn shows. That little crazy what's her face too. She's about a fool too. She sits around like she's what, Truth and whatever it's called. She acts like she's an attorney, and she starts trying to pick apart, words. Why? What about this? What about that? She starts laughing like it's comical to her, like she is above these professionals that prepared these affidavits. Like she knows she's a lawyer, and she's got all of this experience. She's a joke. She's a joke. I was literally bored. I sat there for 2 hours and listened to her BS. Didn't get on the show, didn't get in chat, just to listen. And I fell asleep. It was so damn boring listening to her peck on her damn keyboard and make grunting noise and all this crap while people in chat are talking about other stuff. What a joke. Come to a real show. Come to the T-REV show, and you'll have a good time. And we'll entertain all of your stuff. I don't care if you think he's innocent. Heck yeah. Send it to us. We'll review it. We'll go over it. And we'll agree to disagree. But no one will ever say, get off of my show, like over there, where you go and you're not a conspiracist. They kick you off the show immediately. 99% of the people on that show, that Dago show,
Detective John, the only
everybody.
reason those people they said that I kicked people out of my shit for saying that they had all this evidence of multiple people being involved. And when they sent it to me, I said, these are not receipts of this happening.
Right.
And then not only that, they would come into my Discord and talk shit about Truth and Transparency and all these different other people. But then they'd be in their chat as a member, playing a whole different side, as if like nobody sees the two-face plays that you're making.
Two-face.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
No, but that's what people were doing. So people don't understand that I actually talk to people and chill with people in Discord and actually talk to them. I don't just hit in the live and not talk to nobody. I actually go and hang out with everybody, watch shows, chill. Lately, I've been kind of kicking back, but still, I'm in there. I talk to people. I'm out here talking to my actual members, everybody who supports me in the community. I talk to them as if I'm just there, and I am a regular person.
And you know what?
Like that. And these people were bullshit. They got caught bullshitting, and I said, you know what? I don't want these two-faced fucks around here. I want you to unmember up from my channel and get far the fuck away. If you don't like it, it is what it is.
And you know what, man? When I came to the show, when we didn't have a suspect, no one under arrest, we had no clue who this was, you entertained everybody's theory. But you know what? At the point where it became obvious that they got their guy, You actually took a stance and said, hey, you know, I believe he did it, you know. So once you said that, people were like all over you like stink on shit. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So I think you gained a lot of members by allowing those people to leave, or basically kicking them off the show, because they're liars. And they can go to those other shows and they can, you know, flaunt like this lady from Louisiana did that was talking to Jeff. She tried to, oh, I'm talking, Jeff. I'll finish in a minute. But she was a total tool, acting like, you know, her husband knows everything about knives. Get this. This woman is so ignorant that she actually was fighting with the fact that there was DNA on the snap, and talking about how her husband oils down all his knife sheaths. And you not understand, Jeff? She was condescending to him. Hey, newsflash, lady. Getting fingerprints off of a porous substrate like leather, pretty tough to do. Okay, that's why you get fingerprints off of glass and smooth surfaces, not leather. Now, she wanted to imply that, oh, well, is that all they got? No, they sent that sheath off. They were able to extract DNA from that metal snap very easily. But I guarantee you, when that sheath comes back, it's going to have his DNA all over it. And it's going to have the victim's DNA and blood all over it, too. Multiple. At least the two girls upstairs. So that lady can stay over on that show too. Don't let me see you over, lady. If I'm on the show, I'll blast your ass.
Are you talking about that Don't Die person who's a member over here that was chilling?
Don't Die 509.
Yeah, you see Don't Die 509 chat, smoke them. I don't care if they're a member or not. Get them the fuck out of here.
My ass and have her husband kick my ass and all this stuff. Oh yeah. I saw your little brief picture, lady.
Yeah, well, you know, we ain't talking about that with the violent shit.
Yeah, but
you see that, mods? I'll put that out there to the mods. Mods, you see Don't Die 509 up in here, smoker immediately. We don't want that. We get out of here.
She was attacking Jeff last night too. Jeff handled her well. I applaud Jeff. So Jeff, stay home here. Don't go. You can. I'm not saying you can't. We're not gonna. You know, I don't think T-REV can kick you off the show for it, but just for self-respect, I wouldn't go over there. You can be bored and go listen, but don't let them know you're on the show. Don't give them the satisfaction.
He's stupid. And chat is a BK fan club. Damn, boy, that's the whole chat. Yeah, smoke her like a cigarette. Get her up on out of here. Any of them haters, like that's what I say. I don't care about none of that. Like what people understand. Oh, you're not allowed to have an opinion over there. No, you're not allowed to be two-faced over here. How about that? If you're two-faced and I see it, I don't care if you're a member or not. I'm gonna smoke you out my shit, uncancel the membership, and carry your ass. And you can shove them dollars right up your motherfucking ass. I don't care. That might sound harsh, but I don't want to build a two-faced community, especially when it comes to my members. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care who you watch, what you talk about. I don't care if you think BK is not guilty. If that's your opinion, I respect it. But at the same time, don't be over here preaching to the choir to try to, you know, fit in or seem like you want to fit in. Like this is school. You don't gotta fit in. You can have your own opinion and be respectful and be accepted. You don't gotta come over here and act as if most of the chat is saying this, so you want to fit in. So you go to these other channels and try to fit in with them saying the complete opposite, because that's what most of the people I kicked the fuck out were doing. So I mean,
you know what else?
I'm sorry that I got rid of those type of people. It is what it is, and I'll continue
you know
to
what
do
else?
that.
I got to shout out to Hollis too, because I don't know what she said. I was getting off, but Hollis wanted to get in there, so she sent in a super chat, right? And I think she said, "Hey, would any of y'all allow BK to stay the night at your house?" You know, she was being a smart ass. It was funny as hell. Well, she didn't get a response. So at the end, Hollis demanded her $5 back.
Yeah, she's like, I want a refund. I said, Hollis, don't worry, I'll refund it for you.
And she stomped up and down, man. She wanted a refund. She says, I'm not kidding. I want my refund back.
And that Dago guy is like, he didn't know. I don't know how to give it back to you, but I'll figure out a way how to give it back to you. And then people are like, oh, and Jeff tried to be a gentleman. Jeff's like, I'll take care of it. Here's $5 for her, so you don't even have to figure it out. And anyway, I was dying. Hollis, love you. That was classic. That was classic. He was back freaking. He was about to drown sitting in his chair. He didn't know what the hell to do. Well, I'll get back to you. I understand. I get it. You know, he's patronizing you. It was insane. That show's ridiculous and a joke. Absolute joke.
Well, it is what
But
it is, man. You're gonna have the difference of opinions and people running with this, that, and the third, and that's cool. All I ask is for I don't like my members to be two-faced and try to. You don't have to come over to fit in. You can have your opinion and stand on your opinion. You don't have to switch back and forth between lives. Your opinion changes every live. Like, that's the type of shit. That's why I've kicked people out, because people are being weird. Like, I'm sorry. I'm into my community. I talk to people as humans. Like, when in Discord, one-on-one, we hop in voice chat, we speak, we talk as humans, as fam. So when I see somebody being two-faced, I just get rid of them. I don't care what it is. If you're being two-faced and being goofy and saying one thing and I catch you doing the opposite, that's why I throw you out. It is what it is.
Right. And just not to get off topic, but we were talking about today about the idea of having people. I mean, I welcome those people that are conspiracy theorists out there. I love to talk to those people, and I won't be nasty to them, and I won't be condescending to them. I'll be, hey, yeah, I get it, but here's why your theory doesn't float in my opinion, and we can knuckle up and walk away, and you can come back to the show or not. But I would never kick somebody off the show unless they got disrespectful if it was my show.
Thank you.
But I think that maybe we talked about doing that survey out to the people, whether that they would want to do that. Some people send in a little narrative, not a book, just something that we can, the Cliff Note version of your theory, and then we can break it down and see, well, this is possible. But, and it could be something as simple as, hey, this is why I think DK did it, or this is why I think 3K is innocent. I'm all for that, man. I think it'd be a great move for the show. Now what? Somebody else will freaking take it.
I'm dead. Yeah, it's crazy. He said, Jeff said, best 10 I ever spent.
What'd he say?
Jeff said, best $10 I ever spent. I'm dead.
Yeah, and then still in the chat they were bashing you, Jeff. Oh, he's not. Somebody said, oh, he's a nice guy. Somebody said, he's not a nice guy. He's on those other shows. Blah blah blah. It was disgusting. People are just freaking unbelievable.
Man.
But anyway, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's. I love that we worked together today on this. And
yeah, we busted. We were on the phone from what 9 a.m. all the way up till I went live.
Yeah. Yep. You said I gotta go. I gotta get this going, and I was like, oh shit! And I had to run out. I had to run down to the store, get my kids somewhere, and I come back, and you're like 30 minutes into it. I'm like, damn, I missed it. So I'm
I had to, man. We gotta get to it.
I get it, man. I get it.
I'm sick of seeing these emails about, oh, look what she's saying now. Oh my God, could you believe it? I mean, it may be true. It's like, all right, man. You got thousands of your viewers and people that are loyal here and just listen to all the stuff and go around with an open mind, and they come back and even entertain believing, but without seeing what exactly was sent. This was right here. What you see on your screen right now is a pretty nice summary of the same type of stuff she's probably sending elsewhere.
Well, you said that you'd let me respond on this. When I was listening to her, or this is all absolute fabricated bullshit, 100%. And I believe that this woman She's nuts. I don't know what else to say. She's nuts. She's delusional. And I don't think this is the only topic she's done this. I bet you she's been on other shows on other cases doing this same stuff. I know some people have said they recognize her voice as someone else, but this woman is, if you Google her name, put in crazy, no joke, this is what I did. I put in crazy, what you call it, Kim? Crazy, WSU Kim. Yeah, that's what I put in. Crazy WSU Kim. Google that. And I rest my case. You will see just about everything that had a title with her name in it. Not to mention the ones that didn't have a title with her name in it, that she just came on the show. But the shows that actually, and T-REV had her on a few times before she was debunked. But look at the titled shows that she's been on. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. Not just YouTube either. If you Google crazy WSU Kim, tons of pages will come up.
Yeah, you put me
And you
onto
guys
that earlier.
You'll laugh your asses off.
Dude, I didn't know that she was all over TikTok like that, like you discovered earlier.
I told you she was. I said, dude, she's on TikTok like crazy. She's all over TikTok.
What about the Reddit that we found too? The Reddit that I found earlier, and the first thing you read is they're just laying into it. Like Reddit is hip. Reddit's new. Like they're calling bullshit. Tons of people calling bullshit on Reddit off the rip months ago.
You remember when she first came on and we were talking to her and people were saying, I read this same shit on Reddit. Same exact thing. Almost the same verbiage. So she was either taking stuff off of Reddit or she was actually giving it to Reddit, which the latter is what I would presume. I don't know, but if this doesn't end her, and somebody said, who does Touchy John think he is by saying he can end somebody? No, I'm talking about end her reign on these other shows. If these other shows want to keep having her, hey, so be it. I give a shit less.
Yeah, no, we put out the redacted email like you said, and I'll never mention her name ever again.
I'm with you, man. If those other shows want to do it, I would expect everybody that goes to those shows and the topic is brought up and she's entertained, I would voice my discontent and say bye-bye. Because reading this right here, and I've said to T-REV from the day I saw this, we need to let people see this, because if they see this, they will understand what a nutbag this woman is. And my interview with her, where she actually started constructing more stories and then saying, I said, okay, so tell me about the other 5 suspects. Oh, well, Ethan was hit in the head with a wrench. How do you know he was hit in the head with a wrench? A cop wouldn't even be able to tell you he was hit in the head with a wrench. You know, unless the wrench was right there and, you know, the witness saw it, it'd be pretty difficult to say he was hit in the head with a wrench. But she says, oh, he was a plumber from the university, and he was part of this, and he hit Ethan in the head with a wrench and knocked him out. Give me a freaking break. And people believe this shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Well, Detective John, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
brother.
let some other callers come in. Hey, I love y'all, and I'm sorry if I got a little loud, but I'm pretty passionate. You know,
yeah, definitely.
I'm a tenacious SOB when I feel like there's something that needs to be done for the better, and for this to go on as long as it has, it's time to end it. And if these other shows got to go down with her, so be it. So be it. There's only a few of them out there that have any integrity. There's probably 4, and you guys all know who they are, and they have my respect. These other shows, Dago show sucks. Truth and Transparency sucks.
Oh my God!
Ever go to those shows ever? There's another one too, and I can't think of his name, but he comes on like he's like Mr. Monotone and talks like this, like he's on Valium or something. He's a conspiracy. He was on that show yesterday too with him. He was on a show with you, Jeff. What's that dude's name? I can't think of his name, but you guys will figure it out.
Damn. Wow.
I love y'all. Sal!
Papa's shout out to you, Detective John. Appreciate you coming on, man.
All right, guys. See you, buddy.
And getting in deep with it this morning. We got busy this morning on this investigation. It was
hey, and I'm happy with the work, man. I'm happy. And for those that I read in chat that were getting clicks off of this, hey, again, I don't make a dime on this shit, people. Not a dime.
Detective John comes on here out the kindness of his heart, and I appreciate his expertise and everything that he brings because, you know, with somebody that had experience and been on the scene, I mean, that's been on scenes, at horrific scenes, and seen things that, you know, a lot of us haven't seen. It's eye-opening, and it's, you know, even though that the state he's worked in before is different law, he still has the knowledge and I appreciate it.
I worked in a town that's equivalent to, like, you know, Las Vegas. You know, we have special events here in Daytona all year round. I've seen a lot of crazy things happen. And my tenure on the department, as long as I was there, me doing a year, just 1 year, and I did a lot more than that, but just 1 year where I was in the position I was in was like working in another department for 10 years because I was so rounded and diversified with all of the crap that we had to face, you know. So I learned a lot, and, you know, I'm humble from my experience as a law enforcement officer and a detective for many years. And then I went into the private sector where, you know, I learned a lot more. You know, human resources in the private sector is a big time investigative, you know, entity. And, you know, it's a big deal with huge corporations like I was with. But anyway, I'll get off of me, and you guys enjoy, and I appreciate it, T-REV. God bless everyone, and stay firm, and show some integrity. That's all I've got to say. Love y'all. Bye.
Appreciate you, John. But shout out to Detective John, man, for calling in. We appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna have to get off that. You know, leave it alone. Shout out to Detective John, man. And like I said, this is done for, and we're gonna leave it at that. We are gonna leave it at that. That is done for. It's over. Over. Dunzo. We're done speaking on it. Kim will not be a subject here no more. I love you all. I'll see you in Discord.
Anyone who knew Kaylee would tell you the same thing. To know her was to love her. Her love for life and everyone in it was so inspiring. She made it a priority to make everyone feel so important and so loved.
There was never a day that she didn't want to race her brother because she was just determined that girls were faster than boys, or that she didn't want to go bug her little sisters.
Favorite memory for me was watching the game with her, and every time the Steelers scored, I'd pick her up and I'd hold her high in the air.
I didn't really realize that I was in love with Maddie until the summer of 2020. We went to McCall and just spent a lot of time on the water. We floated the river and just hung out every chance we got.
They went to other countries together. Karen took them to Hawaii together. We took them to Mexico together. They went to college together. They went to high school together. They lived in their own apartment together. They were sisters.
She was so positive and lighthearted and understood the gift of life more than anyone I know. I remember her getting so mad at me for caring about the little things that didn't matter. She would always tell me she wouldn't know what to do without me, and now I have to live this life without her.
And she taught me a lot of stuff. She taught me how to be a dad. And I didn't know that until she was gone, you know?
Xana, you will not be forgotten. You have impacted so many lives and have given people so much love. I hope I can make you proud and try to leave an impact on this world and on people like you did.
He had such an infectious smile and a charismatic personality. And if you knew anything about Xana as well, they were very similar in how they acted together.
They were always so happy, and the way she would talk and smile about him was something I've never seen her do before. She truly loved him so much, and I know he had so much love for her.
We are eternally grateful that we spent so much time with him. And I want to remind you that that's the most important message that we have for you and your families, is to make sure that you spend as much time as possible with those people, because time is precious and it's something you can't